Hey kids, Mark Miller here, starting off about an hour earlier than Rory does. He'll be in, I think, in about an hour. I'm a little stuffed up today, so we're going to, I think, not do a lot of talking, maybe see if we can get some music going here, and I'll resume my attempts to get debugging to work here. Before I do that, I thought I'd update you on the, just on the UI here. That we've created. You can see here, I can select different spells here, and I've got a few icons going on here as well. Let's see here. Let's get back over to this page right here. Oops. Not sure. I think I lost the drone game there on one of those pages back there. So it's going to restart the music. What I want to show you, I wanted to bring up the target here. So we can show you here we've got underlining underneath the calculated data. And this was a request from the Dungeon Master who is colorblind and who was having trouble differentiating red from the kind of brownish black color of the text. So we did that to make those parts easier to see. And also over here, next to the spell, if we have this icon indicating the spell is more powerful when cast at higher slot levels. Or alternatively, when cast by a higher level caster. So this indicator here is an indication that somehow the power of the spell increases. And this one right here indicates that the spell requires concentration. So detect magic, dragon's breath, melts minute meteors as well. So that is that's a little bit of the UI change. With that said, we're going to hide that scroll. And we're going to go back to our spec for debugging. And this is kind of where we are at right here. Let's see if we get that music started one more time. Okay. Let's take the front overlay. Let's refresh that. And, excuse me. And the back overlay as well. Refresh that. And so this is kind of where we're going with regards to the debugging tools in our expression editor. The downside is on the last episode, we looked into the expression editor, the expressions engine, and the expressions engine was surprisingly reliant upon regular expressions. On top of that, there was not a consistent way in which it was evaluating the portions of the regular expressions as it went through them. So it wasn't built for setting up debugging. And so we ran into a number of blocks and challenges there. We came up with a hack near the end of the episode, and we've not implemented the hack yet. But this is kind of the vision of where we're going. Where we are now is looking like this. I've got a page over here called debug, just this test breakpoint and a step and a run button. That's all I've got here. Who is that out there? It's Pudding. Hey, Pudding. I'm so glad you're out here with us today. I've got a stuffy nose today. How are you doing? Yeah. Stuffy again. I don't know what's going on with my nose, but it's not happy. Yeah, that's kind of my how am I doing. I'm stuffy. I'm like, wah. Yeah, not conducive to talking, so I got the music up. Just woke up. First time I got a decent sleep in a couple days. Well, that's awesome. Check this out. I don't know what's going on here. Visual Studio wants me to sign into my account. But if I go into Visual Studio and I go on account settings, it says I'm signed in. It does say over here unlock with product key. Check for an updated license, but it doesn't say it's expired. I don't know what's going on here. So I actually reached out to Dustin on the Visual Studio team, who's passing my email around, saying, "What's going on? Why do I keep getting this? I've seen this like I don't know about 20 times in the last week, and I've signed in probably about 5 times, 7 times. Each time it's like it gives me no feedback after the sign in, doesn't tell me if it was successful or a fail, and then I'm back over here. So I see it again. All right. Whoops, I do want to do that. All right, so here's my UI over here. I wanted to show you the down in expressions. We have this execution pointer changed piece right here, along with this idea for a super hack that Rory gave us just before he left, which is basically along the lines of what we're gonna do is, since we don't have a reliable way to essentially monitor where the equivalent of the execution pointer is, or the instruction pointer, excuse me, what I'm going to do is hack it. I'm going to find a way. Holy cow! Stoisoft is raiding with a party of 34. Greetings, kids. All right. Let me, since we're doing the raid here, yeah, we're doing a crazy raid. Let's show you a little bit about what we've got here, what we're building. It's an application for playing the game Dungeons and Dragons. And hold on, let me send some data here across. Let me initialize some data. And then we'll show you what's going on here. So we're building a live stream overlay. Actually, let me wait a second because folks might be coming in with the commercials and stuff like that. Hey, welcome everybody. How is your stream with Stoisoft? I don't know if you guys could see it or not, but I've got my live coders jersey on, courtesy of Jeff Fritz here. Great stream, slowly chugging along. Drunken Druggy is out there. Welcome. Wow. This is a family show, Drunken Druggy. Watch those emoticons, buddy. Those are great. Yeah, live coders. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here with us. So let me show you a little bit about what we're doing here. We're building an overlay, set of overlays for a live Dungeons and Dragons show. Hey, Copperbeardy, welcome. It's going to show the stats of the players right up there. It's going to be able to do things like live effects. For example, if I want to cast this Chaos Bolt spell, I'll do something along these lines. I'll say, okay, I want to cast Chaos Bolt, and then I'll roll the dice, and it'll roll out the dice automatically, figuring out what's needed for the Chaos Bolt spell at the level that I'm shooting it at. The dice have special effects there. That 4 represents a force, and the 6 represents poison. That's a special thing with the Chaos Bolt spell. You can see it right up there. In the stream, we built all the code for everything you're seeing here. Everything in the stream we've built out here. So we've got the showing the spells, including support for Markdown right there, and TypeScript you can see. And we all built everything from scratch. Virtually everything is built from scratch, especially on the TypeScript JavaScript side. I don't think there's anything that we didn't build from scratch down there. And then you can see what's going on with the stats there. I just use a 3rd level spell, and over there on the left, I got a little block there next to the 3rd level spell slot taken. I've got indicators, things like that's happening. And Ava, for example, we bring up her stats over here. And I just show you how easy this is to run here. If we come up here, we say, well, okay, let's say she wants to do an intimidation check with advantage. We just right-click that, choose that on our control app right there. And the Dungeon Master, it's got similar abilities. And then out comes this. She's got advantage, so we take the low die away automatically, and we add on her bonus automatically. All of that. So if you've played Dungeons & Dragons or you've heard about it, that's what's going on there. We also have effects for, let's bring up her greatsword. So Ava's, she's over there, and so she's going to be, her video would be here, and the greatsword appears right up in front of her like this. So we built everything. Everything you're seeing, we built here on the stream. What's broken? +7 intimidation. Is that because it's so high? Is that what you're saying, Pudding? It's not broken. +7 intimidation. She's got that. Take a look at that. That's real stuff. It is. Here, let's bring it up. Let's bring it up. Let's see what D&D Beyond says. Let's hide that spell slot scroll. Yeah. I'm seeing a +7 right there, kids. So you're going to have to take it up with these guys. 100% more entertaining with that overlay. Yeah, that's the idea. We want to make it entertaining. Now, this is for a live stream that's not streaming live yet. We are in the phase of practicing, and we are getting there. But it's a comedy, Dungeons and Dragons, and it's out here at twitch.tv/DragonHumpers. Follow now for when we get out there. Stoic Stuff says, I really hope people use your overlay in the future. It is amazing. Yeah, well, that might happen. I don't know. We are, at this point, we are like just building it for us. We're not really building it for distribution or anything else along those lines. Let me see if I can get one other one. I'm not sure if I can get any of this working. I can maybe cast Thunderous Smite and then bring back up one of our weapons and then run the attack, and there you go. That's the Thunderous Smite right there. So we've got these super cool, immersive effects. Similarly, our Rogue has got a Firebolt spell, which looks like this when we run that out. There's the fire damage right there. So kind of cool stuff there. So that's what we're doing. However, this is all, by the way, data-driven. And hold on a second. Huh, that's weird. That's not working. Bringing up my data. Huh. Give me a second, and let me see if I can open that sheet up. It's a Google sheet. Huh, Stream Deck's not opening up the pieces I normally am able to get with just a button click away. So I will go find that. Here we go. Bring it up here to the top. Excuse me. And I wanted to show in the features here. So we've got basically data for defining the game of Dungeons & Dragons. We're building it here. And one of the, let's see, there's one of these is really big. It's right here, Wild Surge Rage. So Wild Surge Rage has got this killer block of code right here. Whoops, let me close down so the Firebolt spell and stuff like that, so you don't need to see, so you don't see that. Actually, just before I do, I want to just show this because I just think it's so beautiful here. Just going through all the different spells here. So we've got the ability, all the spells from Dungeons & Dragons are here, and they show up, and they look, in my opinion, arguably gorgeous. These two right here don't look gorgeous because they're not actually spells, and I haven't decided yet how I'm going to show those. But all the others are in here, and they look great. You get the an icon for the School of Magic. You get the important details there, including if you play Dungeons & Dragons before, you've got the calculated values here. So let's see what we can do here. Find some calculated stuff here. Here we go. So Fireball, for example. In Fireball, you can see it takes 8d6 damage. That's that underlined piece right there. That's when cast at spell slot 3. But if I cast it at spell slot 4, it goes to 9d6 and so on. So it's automatically calculating what those pieces are in there. So here, for example, I've got a 180-foot radius sphere at slot level 9. If I do it at slot 4, it's only an 80-foot sphere. So it's able, the documentation is able to figure out what's going on, calculate everything automatically based on what you're casting it at. The other thing, if you're a Dungeons & Dragons player, the other thing that's really cool about what we're doing is, let me close down the dragon. Should I do the dragon front overlay? I'm not sure if I should close that down or not. But there's a clock right behind Ava's thing. We haven't moved the overlay into the right position here. It's down here for the mainstream. But that clock is keeping track of Dungeons & Dragons time. So if I cast a spell, when that spell is done, the spell is dispelled automatically. All right, so let's hide this, and I'll show you the thing we're kind of going to try to work on today. Now, normally, by the way, in this show, I think we make fairly good progress. But the last show, we did not. We were struggling because we were working with somebody else's code, and we were trying to make it do something it was not designed to do. So it took us easily a couple hours to work our way through it. We are probably going to be struggling again today. Just want to give you some warning. It is normally we do a faster show where we are, making progress and writing code and getting results. Today, I think we're going to be, doing this a lot this is the inspiration for today's show, by the way. Right here, I've got this expression. And it's an expression that our expression evaluator runs through. I want to be able to set a breakpoint, like here, or maybe here, or maybe here, and actually run and then stop and then see what happens. I want to create a debugging tool for our expression or our script evaluator. That's what I want to do. The script evaluator is third party. I'm getting that out from, let me jump out to here. That's from Coding Seb, expression evaluator, like that. That's out here, I think. Yeah. Expression evaluator. I'll pop that over into here. Thanks so much for that, Stoichsoft. Definitely an awesome way to run a D&D stream. You give me some ideas for stuff I'm working on, digging those particle overlays. Yeah, the particle overlays are cool too. I didn't really go into those in too much detail, but check this out. If I come back over here and I say, let's cast Chaos Bolt, the particle overlays wrap around me. They're even behind me. So see, notice as I move my shoulder down, they're both behind and in front. As I move up and down, I can block and reveal parts in the back right here. It's a super cool effect. In the future, I want these particles to actually follow me. So as I move around, they follow me. And so it just looks like it's actually here live wrapping around me. We can do all kinds of things. If I do Melf's minute meteors, same thing. So you notice it's behind me over here, and I can totally block it too as well. Get right up in here. So it's like, it's looking like it's spinning around me is what it's looking like. So anyway, there's the, that's Melf's minute meteors right there. Yeah, that's the idea. Is high production quality on it. We want people to really enjoy watching the show. And because we've used the software, well, it's rolling wild magic here. If it's a 1, things go crazy, but it's not. So that's kind of what's going on. We want people to be able to really enjoy it while they watch it, and we want the game to go quickly, so the things you normally figure out, have to calculate, the software does it for you, and we want let's see, did I lose where I was going with the last thing I was thinking? I think I've lost it. We want the things that normally are too hard to calculate, such as when does a spell expire exactly. We want that to be handled by the software too. Because normally in a D&D game, nobody ever says, oh, your spell is just now expired, right? Because it's been 10 minutes, or it's been 1 minute, or it's been 1 turn, that sort of thing. Jetsum's here, requesting permission to buzz the tower. Whoa, there he is right there, kids. That's not good. That's too low, Jetsum. Jetsum, please. Jetsum. All right. Jetsum's here, kids. Danknuz is here. Dude, just wow. Nice. Well, thank you so much. That's what we're working on. Today, we're not going to work on anything as cool. By the way, kids who are new out here, you can fly a drone around during the game or during the show if you want to by typing in bang drone, like that, exclamation mark, and then the word drone. At least that's what you're supposed to be able to do, but it looks like, hold on, it looks like I got to refresh. Let me do something. Give me a second here. I've seen this happen before, and I'm going to restart the overlays, I think. I feel like Signal R, I've lost it, and I'm not sure why. Let's try one thing. I'm going to try a refresh of the drone game here, though. Just one time out here like that. Let's go ahead and refresh all the things. We'll get rid of these particle effects and other pieces here. And we'll restart the music. And we'll do a couple tests here to make sure that we can change, we can have control. And if not, I will we'll reset the, so let's see, I've reset those pieces right there. Did I reset the back overlay? I think I have. Not 100% certain of that. Let's try that one more time, just in case. Refresh that cache. There we go. And music wiggles. No. I don't know wiggles. There's no wiggle station here. Let's try a drone command now, see if that works for me. Whoops. Drone. It's not. All right, so we're gonna restart. Give me a second here, kids. We are going to restart the overlays. And sometimes this happens. I get on the initial startup, I get I get a, close all that down, close this down, and go back into my overlays. And I need to kill every instance of Chrome. Done. And now I can start the overlays up. I'm surprised by the quality of that mic. I hope it's good. Is it good? Doesn't look like I'm peaking. Yeah, it's a great mic. I love it. All right, here we go. Actually, really great. Cool. Yeah, it's probably so great, though, you can hear my sniffling, and that's not so good. I'm a little bit stuffy today. So I started by saying I'm going to do a not a lot of talking is what I said. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I caught a cold. What mic is that? Let's go. You know, I got to figure out this mic. Let's see what it is. I'll bring it up here. Searching for it. I can almost find it more by the price. Let's see. Yeah, I need a picture of it, though, is what I need, because I can identify it by the photo. Okay, that's not it. Well, let's see what we can come up with here. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm not finding it immediately. I'm getting a whole bunch of other pieces here. Let's see what else I can do. I'm doing a lightweight mic. That's just giving me a whole bunch of now. I'm not finding it. I'm going to just stop this because it's not interesting to watch me search for this. Let's jump over and see. Hey, Tim Van Monero. Thanks for the comments on the beard. Let's see if I'm going to do a quick test here to see if I've got control of the chat room. All right, that part is working. Let's see. Can I launch a drone now? Maybe not. I need to refresh the drone overlay. Let's do that. And refreshing the drone overlay, and after this, we should be able to get that going. Yeah, go to sleep now. Bye, Tim. All right, buddy. All right, so let's try it now. Drone.
Excellent.
Tank Nuts says excellent. There you go. You got it. All right, drone works. Check it out. So now that with my drone out, I can just hit the letter U to go up, and R to go right, and D to go down, that sort of thing. I can also, oh, here we go. Here's the real one. That's the fanfares are working now. Whoa, just time to go. There you go, Jetson. Coding Gorilla is with us as well. Coding Gorilla, glad to have you back. Got a stuffy nose today. So anyway, there it is. If you want to get rid of your drone, if you're done with it, you just type in drone with a -1 at the end of it, and it'll just blow up like mine just did. You can collect coins like this. You can also, I think, type in drop like this, and that'll drop a meteor, which by itself doesn't do anything. But if you're underneath that, you can actually catch the meteor. So, for example, if I come in here and I say drone like this, and then I go left, and then I type in command drop like this. There you go. Coding Gorilla's got it. Now to throw it, Coding Gorilla, you just type in T followed by 2 coordinates, like a 2,3, like that, and that'll toss it. Let's drop another one so I'll catch it, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So there we go. I've got it. Now if I want to throw it, try to throw it over to Stuxsoft over there, I'm going to type in T and then maybe like an 8 to move over to the right by 8, comma, and maybe move it up by about 3. So let's try that. Oh, that was horrible. Anyway, that was it. And so you could toss these around if you want to as well. You can type in seed to get a seed, and there are other commands that are available out there if you go to the project README file, which is right out here, which I'll put over here. You can see some of the commands that are out there. All right, so I think sorry. Here we go. So it talks about the different kinds of commands and things that you can do. So you've seen some of the people do some of the things like that inside of some of the commands. So that's it. That's what's going on there. Okay. So back over in this space, we kind of were having a hack kind of thing. And I think what I want to do, is something like this. I want to create a Boolean here called debugging. Well, let's get some music going. So we can get that going here. And I want to go back to where I was, and I want to basically say, hey, look, if not debugging, then I want to get out of here, like that. And then I'm going to set a breakpoint here. And I want to start looking at the data coming in as we start evaluating the script and see what data we're collecting as we go through it. I think they've also got a separate variable over here called logging. Or let's see what's going on with log. If not, log history. Okay, I'm not sure if I want to independently change those or not. I think I'm going to say no for now. Over in main window, on my debug tab, I've got this test breakpoint. And I think I've got some events I've set up here, checked and unchecked. So if it's checked, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say, hey, expressions.debugging equals true. So we'll just set it here, and down here I'm going to say it's equal to false. Okay, so that's good. Dank Nuts, gotta head out. Take it easy. Fine. Thank you so much. We'll see you later, Dank Nuts. Good to have you with us this morning. All right. I've got my step and run buttons up here. I think I'm going to move my run down underneath my step, so they're just close to each other. And let's see. What else do I need to know down here? I think I want... So we did write this code last time, which was nice. This code comes in. It's got an event. This is very cool stuff here with add and removes. And we know when we have any listeners out there at all, because we get the first listener. And we also know when there are none. And this is for optimization purposes. So we have anyone listening means we've got anyone listening to the event. And so we just have this quick check at the very beginning as we're running through the script. If anyone's listening, if nobody's listening, then we don't do anything. We just go. Otherwise, we're going to trigger the event. So what I want to do is I want to exploit that, and I want to exploit that down here. Instead of always listening to it like I'm doing here, I want to change this. I'm going to cut that to the clipboard, and I'm going to change my debugging. I'm going to give it some backing store right here. And now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add a setter clause to that right there, which is going to basically say, hey, look, if it's already the same value, get out. Then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say, hey, if debugging, then we're going to hook the event. Otherwise, we're going to unhook the event. So nobody's listening anymore. And that should make things, that should exploit that. I feel like that's enough to exploit that. All right. Next, we need to find out, we need to really refine this, because this is just not going to be great here in terms of the what's coming out here, in terms of what we've seen. We'll take a look at it, and let's actually let's run. I think I want to do and get a breakpoint down here. Of course, all the coins on the screen, really? All right. Somebody fly out there and get those coins. Okay. Let's initialize player data. So I've got my control app up and running. Right here. And it looks like I need to refresh out here because SignalR got disconnected. All right, initialize player data again.
Lady McLovna.
All right. Okay, let's go to Fred. Fred's got a Wild Surge Rage. Wild Surge Rage is has that piece in it. Let's see if I can open them up now. No, why not? I just updated my Stream Deck today, and so I'm thinking, let's. Huh. I wonder. Let's try something here. I'm going to restart Stream Deck and see if that fixes the scenario. Huh. It has an interesting, I upgraded it, but it doesn't have its normal icon that it has. Anyway, let's see if that does it. Yeah, no, I think the upgrade is going to require a restart, and that's why it's not launching up those the data files that I'm looking for quickly. Okay. Let's see. Let's bring up the data file. Let me open that up at least, and we'll get that up for you here. I'll do it by hand. Okay, here it is. And go over to the features. That Wild Surge Rage right here. This feature right, oh, I can't quite see it. Hold on, let's hide. Let's hide the scroll so you can see it. Okay, it's right here. That feature right there. Can't quite see it. There it is, right there. That's the feature. That feature has got a number of different pieces that exercise our expression editor. The one that's killer is the on roll complete. right here. That's where I want to set my breakpoint. I'm going to see if I can trigger this and actually get into here. Wouldn't that be awesome if I could just find my way in with this test UI? So to do that, I need to enter Wild Surge Rage. And when the roll, if the roll works, I'm going to come over here and choose test breakpoint. See if that works. That might break us out there right where we want to do it. We might get somewhere else too, though. Let's see what happens. Wild Surge Rage. Oh, there we go. Test breakpoint. So when the roll is complete, we should come back in. Nice. What do we got here? What's our script? Set rage, set. That's it. This is the big one. Okay. So here we are. Now what's really interesting is we're already past the first if. The first time this is called, is that right? Are we past the first if? Yeah. Or wait. No. Are we? Wait. We are. So somehow we got into here without even getting the first one. So this indicates that our triggering code needs some work. So we're here first. Let's just kind of make a note of where we are. I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy this to clipboard. I'm just going to bring up an instance of Notepad. And I think we're going to probably need a couple instances of Notepad here for each one of these, just so we can visually get a sense of where we are each time we get the breakpoint here, and get a sense of let's see. So there's number one. I'm just going to do a star one right there, so we know which one it is. We can visually see this. All right, let's say close, and let's say well, let's see what this section is. This section is now becoming just this. Sweet. I'm going to put that note. I'm going to try doing this. So cool. We're on at this point. We could set a breakpoint here on this line, it looks like, because it's coming up and is able to find that. So we can find that in the script. That looks like potentially pretty good. Let's see what else happens. Okay. All right. Next time we're in. Set just entered Wild Surge Rage to false. Is that the next line? Yes. Sweet. It's right here. Is the script still the same big piece it was sending us before? It is. It's the same big chunk. Okay, good. We've now got a breakpoint at the second line too. I'm just going to go down here. Every line we stop at, I'm going to put a little indicator here that it's a breakable line. I just want to see how good our current engine is at stopping in here. Is it going to get us everything? What happens when we get here? Because the code was not really pretty when I was looking at it. Okay, and then we've got this piece, which is, we can find that, which I feel good about, right? Yeah. Notice there's no semicolon on it, and it starts with the leading r/n, but it's usable. Let's run it. Next time in, script, same piece, right? Let's do it up there. Yep, it's the same piece. What is our section we're on now? Result is equal to get roll. Sweet. Oh gosh, this is going to work. This is exactly what I want. I want to be able to set a breakpoint on one of these script lines and then get to it and then step into the code, the C# code that is behind it, because sometimes there's that code behind there. Let's keep going. Just want to get this whole thing. Yeah, and now what is this section equal to? Tell DM, Wild Surge Necrotic. Okay, so now we get down to here. So we miss this one. All right, so we never get here, which also means we missed the other one at the very top as well. But I think we can work through this. Let's see what else happens. I bet we missed this and we get right. Well, let's see. What are we in? Tell DM it's Wild Surge Necrotic. Yeah, so we got right in here. What result was 1 on the die roll, which I did not look at, but I think we've got a history. We can confirm that later. Let's keep going. See what's the next one. Add reminder, all flump flight spirits. Okay, there's a second line here. What is happening? Why did we not get that in the original script? Oh, I know why. Hold on. Wild Surge Necrotic is coming from another place. Let's open up another Notepad instance. So we went in here and then we drilled into that Wild Surge Necrotic. That's coming from our procs. Is that it? No, it's not. Properties. Here it is. Right over here. That's it. And then it's got this interpolated string right here. This one. Right here. And so now, when we come back in here, we're adding a... Wait, is this right? Am I looking at this right? Hold on. Where's it getting add reminder from? Oh, no, wait. We're here. Holy cow. Okay. We had necrotic energy. Are we going to really evaluate each one of these pieces even though we're not? Okay. My bad on that. That's actually who's coming from here. We're in this code that's being executed. I wonder if the expression evaluator evaluates everything. That's a little bit horrific. Like crazy horrific, actually. Was the result... Actually, maybe the result is 3. Result is 1. I feel like we were... Yeah, no, we were here. And then we came in and we're here, it seems. Does that make sense? Let's run it and see what happens next. Wild Surge flumps. What else is next? And we're done. All right, let's look at our history. Fred's extra was 3. So maybe I was... Fred extra is 3. So that's where we should have been, actually. So this is actually cool. Okay, cool that we're here. Tell DM, I don't understand how we got what appeared to be here. I'm pretty sure I remember that being that point. Yeah, I marked it here that we were there. I don't get that. I almost want to do it again. Look at the data one more time just to make sure, you know, I'm not crazy. It's important to check that every show, right? So let's add a long rest.
Willie, Fred.
Let's go back into Fred. Do I have to reinitialize? Looks like the rage isn't ending like it needed to. So let's initialize player data on this. Oops. This is not good. No, that was not bad. Let's clear the breakpoint at least. Because we've got debugging still turned on. Here. Don't test the breakpoint.
Shaker, Fred.
All right, let's try one more time to go into Wild Surge Rage. Let's set our breakpoint back in the code again. Wild Surge Rage. Debug. Test breakpoint. What's the number? 2. Okay. So we're expecting to get in to this one right here. That's what we want to see this time. All right. So let's see where we are. So step one, the script starts the same part we've seen before. And the first section is the set. Run it again. Second line is just entered wild search raid, setting that to false. Get roll barbarian wild surge is there. And run it. And now, hopefully, where are we going to get? This is blowing my mind. There it is again. Tell DM wild surge necrotic. Fred's got teleportation abilities, it seems. I'm wondering, is it a syntax problem? Is it hitting it because it doesn't have the braces around it? Because if it's evaluating it, it would be calling it. Maybe it's not going to call it. Let's see if it does or not. Let's go into our let's see, expressions, because that was really bad. If it says it's going to call it and it doesn't call it. All right, Fred's back. It's good. All right, setting a break here in tell DM function. Let's see what happens. Let's run it. It does not go into it. Holy cow. Set rage deactivation message. So now we've got a problem. So here now we're here. So we are getting into here. The problem is it's calling on that line. It was calling like it was going to execute it, but it actually didn't execute it. And I'll prove that with you because we're about to hit another tell DM.
Surly Dad is in the house.
Hey, Surly Dad, look at him flying out there. He's determined to get some coins. Danknuts has left the building. Yeah, at this point, I think it's safe to say that this show is Danknuts free. So, you know, could be a bad thing, could be a good thing. Here we are right here. Why is this getting called is my question. Let's keep running. We're in the right spot here. So no longer teleport. That's when it deactivates. And now we get into tell DM with the args of wild search teleport, which is going to expand out to other stuff. So yeah, that first tell DM is a wild goose chase. So we need to figure out what's going on with that and not do it. That's problematic to what we want to do. Wow. Yeah, this expression evaluation engine is not built for this at all. So we're going to try one more time. I'm going to initialize player data. Oops, clear the breakpoint. Turn off our debugging. Set our breakpoint. Go back into Fred. And let's do wild search rage. Why am I not seeing the die roll? Am I on a different? Oh, I'm on Surly Dev's page where I don't have the dice. Let's get over here. All right, here we go. 4. So let's run 1, 2, get roll. This one. What's my call stack? How did I get here? I wonder, I don't know. Why are we here? Why are we calling this? Why are we assigning it to subscript? I want to know what happens with this code afterwards. Let's set a breakpoint here and run. And now we've got the subscript. What are we doing with that subscript? So now I'm inside this expression evaluator. This is that coding seb piece right here. Continue expression parsing. What are we doing with this? Execute block stacks. What's my keyword? Is if. What's going on in execute block stacks? Execute try list. Nothing. Execute if list. Nothing. Okay. Yes. If statement list. So I'm adding it, but not executing it. I think is what's happening here. Let's set a breakpoint here. Yeah, it blows my mind that we come in there. Get script between curly brackets. Yeah. We're not hooking into this, and that may be why we're seeing that one. In other words, a workaround could be just put it in curly brackets, and we've got an ability to debug it, and we won't get a false positive on it. I know it's not great. It's a bit of a hack. Yeah. Surly Dev says collecting all weekend. Yeah, I think I had the overlays running all weekend on my machine. That might have been true. So he was just starting up and flying. Excuse me. So what's going on? Set rage deactivation, can no longer teleport. So that's the next one. We gonna really grabbing all of these? I think we're grabbing all of these. And we're not executing them yet. So there's if statement list 3. So this is kind of interesting. There's 1. There's 2 with the multiple lines. And there's 3 also with multiple lines. Okay. When do we evaluate these? Let's set a breakpoint here. Let's set a breakpoint here, actually. All right, what do we got? 8. There it is. Okay. So I'm almost going to argue that wherever we find that first problem, that's not where we should be calling an execution piece, an execution. This should be it right here. So what is our if script here? Okay, if statement list. All right, let's go back to this. I think I know when it starts. Right here. Set a breakpoint here one more time. Let's repeat.
Fred.
Actually, let's clear it. Do the wild surge rage. Five. All right. Set rage. 5 is growing plants. That's what just happened there. What do we got here? There's our subscript. What is I? What is I? Oh no, this is I locally here. Right? No, we've got a bigger I. 1453. This is the whole thing. Okay, let's keep running. So this is not the one I'm most interested in. Okay, this is the one that's more interesting to me. Tell DM wild surge necrotic. What's I here? Should see Rory coming in a little bit here, kids. All right. What's I? $173. What's script? What is script dot substring a 173 or I? Hold on. This is the first one we're adding. Tell DM wild surge necrotic. That's right after this. This is where this ends. So at this point, I'm just going to add a comment here, but I'm going to add it in a second. I'll write it up here. At this point, I points to the end of subscript in script. So we can infer the beginning by subtracting link. Beginning by subtracting subscript length. And if we have the beginning, then we can store not only the subscript but what offset it starts at, which is kind of what I want to do. So this is result is equal to 1. So here's what they're doing. If else statements list, they're putting the expression first and then the block second. Sweet. We're going to fix this, is what we're going to do. We're going to make this way better. Here comes Rory. Hey, Rory. Hold on a second, buddy. I'm going at high speed here for you. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's super interesting. It's like I try to. It's so crazy. Hold on a second, Rory. Let me get you. Let me fix that. I think if I come in here, I switch to, I don't know, something else, another camera, then back over. No, it's not that. What's my magic secret? Let's try one other one. NDI none. Hold on. Switching over here. Switching to NDI none. Give me a second. Then going back over. Then switching back over to you. And oh well. You're going to have to watch for a while. Yeah. Just to show people what we're dealing with here. What'd you say?
Luckily it is going at some speed.
Yeah. So Rory is watching the whole show go by at high speed because of NDI problems.
I wish I could download information into my brain this fast. This would be really useful.
It's not bad. Yeah, I would take it. All right, let me share my screen with you so you can also hear the sounds. Here we go. And that'll catch up. Watch the main stream, though. Here's where we are, Rory. It's not bad. Oh, hold on. I missed this earlier. Surly says, I logged a couple more tickets with DevExpress recently. One of them was pure OCD on the text on the trainer window. We'll take it. Watching the stream at 10 times. Yeah, I knew Rory was a 10 times 10x developer. Excellent. So, Rory, I am stepping through the expression evaluator.
Debugging, as I seem to recall.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Making a debugger, or at least a mechanic for allowing us to observe things as we move through our own scripts.
Right. Yeah. And I just made an important discovery. That whenever we get to an if statement, we add it to the if else statements list, and it's just a list of strings, and the first one appears to be the expression for the if statement, right there, and the second one is the script, the what happens if that one is true.
The condition and one's the body of the if, so to speak.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Shift F5 to kill this. Actually, before I hit Shift F5, let's actually try to shut this down a little more respectfully, like this, because this has also got a thing that saves data on a regular basis. Okay, so I'm going to shut that down. We're going to get out of this D&D app here. I want to set a marker right here. We're going to do some refactoring in it. I guess I'll turn off my breakpoint and let it run. Let's do this. Disable all breakpoints. All right, and then let's close this down. Oh, did I totally turn down the wrong thing? I just stopped our overlays in the background.
Music's just gone to 0. Oh no, it was just restarting. Different.
Yeah, but I think I think I've killed our overlays. I think I'm gonna have to restart them. Oh yeah, I did that. Sorry about that. I killed the wrong piece. I got a cold today, Roy.
Oh.
Hey, anybody who is kind of joining us and doesn't, isn't aware of the situation, this is Roy who's with us. And Roy says hello. Oops, I'm going to refresh the drone game here anyway. It looks like it wasn't on this page. And Roy says hello. Drone game, I think, did it reload? Let's go back in and start. We need to start the overlays only app. It looks like you guys are flying.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're flying.
Magic.
Yeah.
10th level dronery.
Disconcerting. Codebase Alpha is here. Bear with us, Codebase Alpha. We're starting up the overlays engine, which is connected to the fanfares.
It's interesting that you say that. Now I appear to have lost any control of the drone.
Oh, because I've just restarted it.
Possibly,
Yeah, Surly Dove says he's been flying all weekend. I was working on the. I don't know, something. I had the thing up and loaded, and 80. You've got only 80 minutes. That's Codebase Alpha in the house. Don't worry, Surly Dev. I think you're going to get them back in a second. I just started up and loaded the overlays. Let's refresh the drone game one more time. Say goodbye to your drones for a second. Hey! Oh! Look at that!
Copper Beardy is in the house.
Uh-oh, cleared out my ears. That's not good. That's not good. I'm always having sound balancing problems here. How's Rory's volume, I guess?
That's a good question, actually. On balance, am
I just turned the volume
Right.
down. Hold on, I'm going to turn it up to where I think Rory's good. And, yeah. Sorry about that, Jetsam. Quiet with Roy. Great. Ugh. Roy's volume is now perfect. Okay.
Testing,
Alright.
testing. Hopefully, very good.
Perfect. It's coming from Surly Dev, though. The guy
Seems all right.
is surly. All right, let's go back over to the D&D app and let's go exploit the power of what we learned here.
So
Okay.
we have some more knowledge about how this evaluator is evaluating our script as we go.
Yeah, exactly. So now what I want to do is this. I want to say my if-else statement list. I want to be like, let's go see where we're using it everywhere.
So it adds a pair of items, the if condition itself and the body separately.
Yep.
Is that correct? So if we were sort of drilling into another if statement within that, I guess that's interesting. So what happens with a nested if? So obviously you add the first condition, but the body of that is the second if.
Yeah, it's not a problem. That'll be. They'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm confident that they're nesting. I'm confident they're nesting. But the thing that I'm not confident about, though, is how are they doing the else's? Hold on.
Oh,
Let's go
what a
back.
good question.
If else statement list.
So it adds to a different list.
Execute if list.
Huh. That looks like exactly the same kind of code.
Here.
It's got to be asking what the,
Yeah,
maybe
here's-
subscript is different.
Here's the secret. It looks like. right here. They're just saying its condition is always true. See, look, if the keyword is an else, then we just add an if-else statement list element, which has just got a single condition, which is true. Okay, so it's there. We're good. So now inside of here, we're going to have two things. We're going to have the condition. I'm pretty excited about what we discovered here, and we're going to have the script, I guess. Does that make sense? Subscript, script, body. You like it? I like body better too. All right, cool. Now let's create a new one. Let's create a constructor for this. I'm just going to delete this, and I'm going to hit in CC, hit the space bar, let CodeRushed come in here, hit the space bar to toggle all of those. I want to initialize all of them, and CodeRushed is just going to build that for me right there. And so now I've got my if statement. Next, I'm going to go to wherever the heck I was here. Let's go in here. We're going to change this to being, whoa, it's a list of lists of strings. We're going to change it to a list of if statements. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And
So just to double check, we are modifying the existing. Well, is this our
Yes.
derived types or the original evaluator to
I'm-
be more structurally accurate?
yeah, I'm modifying the original evaluator.
Okay.
I am, because you know what else I'm going to add to this this guy?
A boatload more awesome.
No, just a little bit more awesome. It's going to be a offset like
Okay.
this, and I'm going to put it over here as well. That, and then we want to come down in here and we want to say offset is equal to offset, like that. Janiscu 7. Janiscu 7 is here. Guess what I did on Friday with my special effects class, Janiscu 7? We started work on a Janiscu 7 fanfare. So I have two in progress right now. I've got PyroCat, but I kind of haven't done much work on PyroCat because PyroCat's not been with us very frequently. But Janiscu 7 has, and so you got bumped up and started work on it. Was hoping to have it done by today, but didn't have enough time to do it. But it's in the pipeline. And I don't know, it might look cool. It might be worthy of your awesome. So hopefully we'll try. All right, so there's my if statement right there. So now I've got the offset. This all started, by the way, Rory, when we were debugging. I've got, by the way, a problem with my Stream Deck. My Stream Deck is no longer opening up. Or maybe, oh, you know what? I bet I could do. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can fix this. Let's go to Stream Deck. Let's get to my Stream Deck XL. Hold on, bring it up on screen so you can see it, I think. Or maybe I will not do that. What do we got here? I don't want this to launch. I want it to change it to a web. Give me a second here. Web site. There it is. Let me bring it up so you can see what I'm doing here. So this is no longer working with the new update because I was just saying launch the URL. Now I'm going to come in here, put the same URL here, call this data, and does it work here? Now if I punch that button, it does. Okay. So we're going to do this like this. And let's bring another website down here and do tables as well. Excuse me. Oh, machine learning yesterday. Said Janiscu 7. Awesome. Okay, database and tables. All right, so we got those two up there. So what we learned, Rory, which was crazy as we were going through it, but basically we learned, and we were stepping through the big guy. This one.
Big. Else.
Yeah, this one.
Yep.
And what we saw with, you remember we on Thursday we said let's set breakpoints here.
Indeed.
Ooh, John SQ7 is also working on a Mass Effect extension. That's cool. So what was crazy was, regardless of what result was, we were coming out saying, "Oh, we're about to execute this line of code," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And
No,
it was because
please not.
it was because it was not inside of the braces that I just added to it. And I was like, "Wait, what's going on?" So our code is grabbing at the wrong spot. So that discovery led us to step through and realize that we're collecting these if-else pieces here. Let me see if I can do it. These if-else statements here, we're collecting them. All right, let's start by adding them here correctly. What is it? Is it an if statement? I thought it was. Is that what I added? Yeah, I guess it is. And then the other piece we discovered is I was equal to the end of subscript. Is what it is. So let's do this. We'll pass in I, and we'll say, we'll call this I instead. And then we're going to come in here and say offset is equal to I minus body.length. Like that. That's our start offset.
Okay.
We'll call it start offset instead. Like there. So now we've got this. So now we've got our constructor coming in. Let's see what else we got in there. No, is that our only one? We're only creating one inside of there? Oh, I know. Wait, I know why. Hold on. We're looking for the... We're not. We have lots of these. We got to be looking for this instead. That's what we're looking for. So we're coming down in here. I showed on stream.
I is our kind of our functional pointer is where we're at, and thus it is the end of the thing we're looking at. So you're subtracting the length of the body from it in order to get back to that start point.
That's right, Roy. This is why Rory's here, kids. To explain everything that
I'm just trying to educate myself as well.
egregiously omit. Okay, so this should be good. Why do we still have, is it just catching up? Okay, caught up. Okay, so there is this one done. Here's another one. Pass in I here. Smoke effects, says Janiscu7. Working on the Mass Effect stuff. Could Be Self says, ooh, a Stream Deck XL. Stream Deck XL is awesome, by the way, Could Be Self, especially for Dungeons and Dragons. It's awesome to have the deck up. Yeah. The other thing that's really cool about the XL is I have one, and my Dungeon Master has one remotely. And they have the same set of buttons. The Dungeon Master can hit the buttons to run the show, do scenes, changes, roll dice, all kinds of things. And I can do the same things. So it's super cool solution to this problem of how do we sync up, a Dungeon Master on one side and a producer or whatever, executive producer on another side. Okay, I think I got them all. There's my add new if statement, new if statement, new if statement. Okay, good. Now we got to look at our find. So statement dot, instead of saying 0, we want condition. Look at how this code gets better, easier to read.
So much more readable, yeah.
Condition, and then we're going to come out with the body. But I'm confused by this syntax here. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can get this to go back to where we were. It was statement.
So I think that's if the whole of the thing on the left is null, then you get the thing on the right. But the thing on the right is expressed purely in terms of an array, but not of anything.
No, this is going to be a true or false right here. This. So it's just basically saying what I think is what's going on. Manage statement or jump statement or expression evaluation. So it's going to be one of the two. Yeah, so this is going to be condition here. What I don't understand is the one in brackets on the right. It
Yeah, it's like
must
an
be an
indexer.
indexer. Well, where's it indexing? Is what I don't get.
Is
What I
the object
believe,
that's coming back out expected to be indexable?
maybe then I should be able to do that. It looks like it's working. Yeah, that's working. Okay. Oh, but I don't want a condition here. I want body. That's what I want. And I think that's it. Now, is that it? With that done, this is the cool thing about this, is our D&D app also has, well, actually it's not here, I think. But let's go open up. We've got the, I've got a separate app here, out here. I think I just opened the project. I meant to open the solution. Hold on. Let me open the solution. So I've got like 4 instances of Visual Studio running now.
Lieutenant is in the house.
At his breaking point until the doctor debugged him to be lice-free, he now steps out of his normal daily functions and into the methods of his madness. Watch out. I don't understand the lice. Oh, debugged. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not only awesome, but topical too, given the nature of our debugging.
Debugging. Got it. I got it. That's good. Very clever. Oh, so clever. All right. So here's the one I want to be in. This is the one I don't. I'm going to close this down. Is that right? Close it. Looks like they both had tests. This is the one. Let's go bring up the CodeRushed test runner. And I want to like close this down so I can see more stuff. But all right. 700 tests. I think there are more than that in here. Let's run them. CodeRushed may not have found them all yet. So if we did that correctly, all of these should pass. This is
Yes.
build failed.
Because after all, this is a true refactoring, ideally, that we have altered the code for readability in this case without changing any of the functional effects of it.
Guess who renamed that in my expression evaluator? Let's go see what we can find here. I think we called it matching, paired braces, paired delimiters. Okay, let's go back over here. Should I change the test cases? I don't know. I feel like I'm stepping enough away from this code base that I'm like, dude, we're not going to have a pull request. It's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to, all right, I'm going to take this. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to rename this, but I'm going to rename it. Yeah, is it private? I'm going to take it back to where we were. It's protected. We should be good. All right, I'm going to rename it. All right. I didn't like it, but they meant pairs. All right, so I'm renaming that. Let's go back over and see if we can run the, whoops, I didn't mean to hit run. I meant to hit run the test cases. Build.
What's imbrickable mean then?
It's a French word.
Is it?
Yeah, it essentially means mashing is what it means.
Okay.
So back over to the test runner, run them. I want all of these passing. This is the cool thing that I love about this, right? Aside the fact that it works and it gives me expression evaluation, here we go. It's about to ask the same thing. So it's Codebase Alpha.
That's looking pretty good.
Yeah. You're right. It is totally looking good. I was looking off to the side. You're right, Rory. Way to go. Keeping me moving fast here.
It all
right.
still works.
Yeah, it all still works. Okay, now that it all still works, so we're calling this at the wrong place. And I forget where we're calling it. Let me run it and I'll show it to you. I'm going to set a breakpoint here. Go.
I'm surprised by now that SurlyDev hasn't sorted out some kind of a macro to pilot himself around the screen grabbing all the coins without having to actually interact manually.
You know, I didn't say this, but I was working at my desk, had OBS up and running, and all of a sudden, SurlyDev's fanfare plays. He's in the chat room. I'm not streaming live at all. And it's just like the pumpkins come across and it's in my ears. I'm like, SurlyDev is in the house. And I'm like, whoa. Then he launches his drone. He puts up a game and he starts flying around, blind, collecting coins. And I'm like just watching him. And I start typing in the chat room. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? And he's like, I'm being surly. Okay, so let's initialize player data.
I don't need no visual UI. I can collect coins regardless.
Yeah. Karen, it's SurlyDev here. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, SurlyDev's in the house. Okay, so here. I think I'm able to, even though I don't have the stream stuff running and going right now, I think I'm able to still get the breakpoint. I've got a debug page. If I click test breakpoint, that's going to set debugging to true, which means I don't stop here. I'm going to pass down and hit the breakpoint here.
Sure.
Let's turn that off for a second. I want to go over here to Fred, and I want to do his wild surge rage. Oh, but I do want to see it roll, actually. Let's see if we can get these. Looks like, let me try initializing player data one more time. Or you know what? I may have to, I'm just going to refresh all of the overlays here, including the dice. So we see the dice. And you're going to see what we saw at the beginning of the stream, Roy, where we were like, what is going on? But it gave us some insight into how we could make it better. And I got excited by that. So are we all refreshed? Still see some scroll bars over here to the right and below. Wearing my live coders jersey, by the way.
Very special.
Pretty cool. My head is gone. I'm headless. I could do a show called The Headless
Coder.
The Headless Coder. What do you think about that? Just like that? Notice, by the way, I don't know if you can see this or not, but look at these. See these lines right here? They make me look like way more fit and built than I actually am. It's super exciting. All right, here comes initialize player data. Let's see if that works. Yes, that worked.
Fred.
Switching to Fred. Wild Surge Rage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this. It's going to roll the dice. I'm going to hide the scroll so we can see stuff behind it. Then I'm going to go to debug, and I'm going to click test breakpoint. And if I do all that before the dice stops rolling, we're going to see a breakpoint here in the middle of evaluating this baby right here. Okay? You with me, Rory?
I think so, yeah.
It's exciting. This is almost as complex as launching a rocket. Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, we could hide the scroll beforehand. We can do that. Okay, here comes the Wild Surge Rage. Boom. Debug. Test breakpoint. Oh, I'm not fast enough. All right. Let's try again. Initialize player data, because I got to reset the whole thing because my rage is not automatically clearing off. All right, one more time. Here we go. Let's try hiding the scroll. Wild Surge Rage. Debug. Come on, debug. It's not responding. All right. I'm going to do... Yeah, I don't know why that is. Before, I wonder if it was I wonder what that was. All right, one more time. Initialize player data. Come on. I'm going to do this.
Fred.
I'm just worried that I'm going to get breakpoints earlier because the other parts of the expression are going to happen as I roll it. But I'm going to try it. Test breakpoint. Wild Surge Rage. Yeah, we're right in immediately, and I don't even think we're at... yeah, we need to keep going till the dice have stopped rolling. I'm going to clear this breakpoint, and then now I'm going to set it. What do we got now? What's my script? Nope, that's not it. Nope. Next one should be it. Got a 7. There it is. Okay. first most remarkable thing is we're in, and the first breakpoint we've got gives us the entire script except for the first if statement.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Which means our call stack is all wrong. This is kind of
the body of the first item.
Yes, it's the body of the first item. So we go look at our call stack. We're like, where is it? Move through script. Yeah, that's not what we want to do, I think. It's not what we want to do. Oh, thanks so much, Rory. Good job. Where's our call stack? Script expression. Evaluate. Well,
see, none of that's got the if in it, so
yeah, this is
it's like
all the body.
we're one iteration late, almost. Is that-
Yeah, it's kind of that's one and the other problem is we're just hooking into move through script because I thought that would be a cool way to do it because every time they're advancing through the script, but it's really not. The move through script trigger is not the best.
Could we do a conditional breakpoint that we test the start of script, to be a known value that we're hoping to get to, and that way it would only break that first time in that first statement?
Yeah, but I don't want to do that. The answer is yes, we could, but I don't think I'm finding that useful yet. Is what I want to do. But I just kind of want to. I just kind of want to show you that our current trigger for this is not great. And so there's our first one. Let me just run it again. Next time we come in, we're in the same main script. So here I'll hit this. You can see it. It's the same body, right?
Yep.
That inside body. And the subsection, the section is just entered wild search range. So what's happening is we're executing. This is basically useful for getting a breakpoint here, here, and here. The statements are coming in. But it's also not useful because it's about to give us one here because the code that we're using doesn't have this in braces. So it's essentially anytime we're coming to a statement, it's like saying, okay, I'll send it out. I'll tell you, which is not really what we want. These lines just executed, though. Pretty sure about that.
Okay.
But now we're about to get something here that's a false positive. So watch it come in. This section. There's result is equal to get roll. So that's okay. The next one is going to be, there it is, tell DM wild surge necrotic. It's a false positive. Because it doesn't have braces and because of the way the parser works, it's grabbing that. But if you look at the call stack for this one, is it different? Where are we? Yeah, hard to tell where we are because of this. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I think a breakpoint here would be interesting to see if we get here for the other individual pieces. The thing is we are inside. What we need to know is, are we inside of an if statement or not? And the problem is we're still in the main piece. We don't know that we're inside here yet. Or at least I need to know, are we inside here? And that's the problem. So this subscript is added. Where's it added? Here. Is this about to change? Let's step through it, see what happens with this one. Okay, so what are we doing with this subscript piece? And then we're out. and then we're out, and then we're out of there, false, finally. Yeah. This feels to me like, so the idea that I'm thinking is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this is great or not, actually, Rory, to be honest.
It's certainly challenging to follow, isn't it?
But I'm thinking if this is that, then we do not trigger the false positive. This is like just a note for now.
Okay.
In other words, we don't trigger the event from that because I have a strong suspicion that the other times we've come from that spot, same spot, it's been fine.
Yeah.
So this also, if it's a try.
It feels like we're working through a very complicated example. Is there a way we could maybe arrange the equivalent of just a unit test so that we weren't running through the big piece and that we could experimentally determine what was happening in smaller versions of it?
Yes.
Could control the circumstances a little better.
We could always also do this. I'm just going to take all of these down here. Boom. 4. Aren't they doing the same thing with the 4 stuff? What are they doing with the 4 here? Why is my
Whole thing has been dimmed, suggesting.
Oh, you know what it is? This is CodeRushed. Because CodeRushed this is the debug visualizer. So I can turn that off and get everything back here. That's telling me we're not going into anything but that block of code right there. That's what it's saying right there. Let's try statement list. What are we doing in the 4? Okay, the do, the for, the while. There's nothing there. What about the for? For action. It's hard to see what that's doing. Wow. Okay. All right. So we got the ifs, else's in here. So we're adding it to it. So I think at the very least, the try, these two are the ones that we would consider not working for if the keyword was that. I have a feeling that, and maybe not so much these.
Okay.
And now, so we're adding in that condition here. If else statement list, we've just added that. And then I want to go to where we evaluate that. Here. Script evaluate. I'm not passing in the offset. What am I doing here? Advanced execution pointer. Script evaluate. Do I trigger it here? Where's my script evaluate start? It's like here. It does not trigger it. So the question is, doing the same thing here in the try list. Oh yeah, look at the try list. Look at what they're doing here. Oh my goodness, kids.
Wow.
Please don't do that to me. Okay, so there's script evaluate there. Script evaluate, where's this? Catch statement. So the catch statement, same thing. Try statement list. I'm feeling like we got a way around this is what I'm thinking we have. What's this? Let's turn off, get some highlighting back here. That's our do. All right. What's this? This is our for. Yeah, I'm with you, Rory. We can do some test cases for this. Hold on a second. And we have this one at the very beginning. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close and make some changes. Let's run it. We have our debug, disable all breakpoints. All right, let's close this down. Whoops. Let's go back to the expression evaluator. And now let's do this. Like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, now let's go into the script evaluate, which you can't find because I added the 0 to it. Let me drop a marker here and go into it. There's the one I want. We're going to come in here and type in VI, and we're going to say our instruction pointer offset. I'm going to pass that in. Okay, it's a little crazy. I'm not. Then we're going to come back. We're going to add 0 here. Whoops. And then we're probably only get these 2 here. Oh no, good. We get these 2. So now here. Oh, I don't want this to be if. I want this to be. Let's see here. Let's use selection increase to get to the end of the find statement right here. And I want to, okay, now I finally understand this code. Before I was like, wait, what? And we're going to say, this is going to be the, we're going to call this if statement, like this. And this is not going to be of this type. This is going to be, let me do a make explicit on this. Do I have a syntactically correct? My code may not be syntax correct. Oh yeah, it is syntactically correct. All right, and then we're going to do a we're going to do this right there. See, now it's like so much easier. The question mark, I was like, wait, what is it? I was like, just
Right.
I was thinking ternary expression for a second.
So was I. That's what I was thinking. So one half and the other, which one's true, and so forth.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing because it was just so far off the line. I couldn't see everything in it. So now this is much better.
What really helps is decomposition of a complex expression, something that CodeRushed is very good at helping with. So you can understand the individual pieces and then later on the whole.
Yeah. So now I'm going to throw in start offset here. Pass that in to script evaluate. Okay. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you're with me. There's one. This one. The try statements list.
That's troubling to look at, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to fix that, but not yet.
Fair enough.
I'm going to say need to fix this. This is where our test cases are going to come in. To do. Need to fix this. Like this. You just need to fix the start offset parameter. Okay, cool. There's that script. Let's do this because I think we're going to have to do this a couple more times. Or wait. Actually, hold on. I can fix this now. Let's do this. Let's do a... we're going to do this. Call it try script like this. Then we're going to do this.
Presumably the actual try statement list, was it a jagged array, I suppose, is suggesting the first item in the list, i.e. the 0th item, which has multi-parts, and we're not maybe too sure what they are, and we want to take the first of those multiple parts, and that's the thing we believe is the script. So in the same way as the if statement, do we believe that to be the body of the try?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to fix the try right now because I need to get its start position, and it's not available. The I variable is not available here. So I'm just like, okay, let's go look through the try statement list and see what's going on here with it. I really don't like how this is done.
Wow.
I've got last here.
So the last try statement, assuming we believe
Yeah.
that there, and the first part of it
Yeah,
is potentially a finally.
especially the word finally. Yeah,
Really
let's
like to see a visualization of this data.
Yeah, look at this right here. So see what's going on? We're going to do it though. We're going to fix it. It's not going to be too hard. Okay? Yeah, we're going to we're going to freaking beep fix this is what we're going to do. Sometimes I get a little passionate in my coding there. Excuse me, kids. All right, so we got an if statement out here. We're going to now create a new class called a try statement is what we're going to call this. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we are going to need we're going to need something called a keyword. I'm going to call it. And then I think another one called the body. And I'm going to need the start offset as well. Should I have an ancestor class called a flow statement that both these descend from? Maybe. I don't know. Let's try it. So we're going to do this. That's going to descend from flow statement. And this is going to descend from flow statement as well. So now we can get rid of start offset. Looks like I already did that. So start offset is there. We need code that looks like this up in here. Instead of condition, this is going to be my keyword. Body and I. So this is keyword. Can't rename. Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So there's my try statement right there. Then I'm going to come down to find my if statement. Crazy, 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 crazy. We're going to frickin'. Oh, great. You clipped it.
Nice.
And there goes everything. Everything I've worked so hard my whole life to just fly under the radar, Rory. Let's go find our if statements. Where's our collection of if statements here? I feel like I'm missing one of my blocks here. Oh, because I'm in the constructor. Get up here. And there it is. That's what I'm looking for. So now I'm going to change this to my try statements. Yeah, whoever did this was like either porting existing code over. I think that's what they were doing from another library.
Yeah.
Or they're like, into some serious pain is what it looks like. Because like a list of strings and having to index by number and knowing which one it is.
They were balancing a lot of cognitive extras when they try to do this.
Yeah.
It does make me worry slightly that their naming conventions may or may not gel with sort of our understanding of things. If you take the concept of an if statement, in classic C#, the if statement is the part of the code that says if, has brackets, and has a condition in it. There is a body to that, sort of the statements. But here, it could be that, but it could equally be, here are multiple if statements, meaning statements within an if. And there's this little worry at the back of my head that it might not quite be what we're expecting. That's why I was sort of a little edgy.
That's all right. I like you edgy, and I like me irreverent. That's our show. We should call it Edgy plus Irreverent. Edgy and irreverent.
Nice.
Right? Should probably tell people that,
Disclaimer! Mark doesn't know what he's doing!
Yeah, but we're going forward with brute force and confidence because,
Awesome!
Yeah. And also because...
Coding!
That's right. That's Mr. AnnouncerBot. What are we going to do tonight, Edgy? Well, I'll tell you. All right, so look at this.
That's teed up well.
This is, well then, I think something would be easier to use Roslyn to compile all the code to a class and use that instead. What? What are you talking about, Will?
Will's talking about compiler as a service as implemented in 2015 onwards. So
You're talking about
as an
compiling.
entirely ditching the evaluator in favor of process.
You're talking about it getting rid of this, like, or creating something that can put this in a class and compile it.
He's talking about the engine that does the compiling in Studio could be pointed at this with some small modifications instead of using the evaluator that you found on the internet. But that's a big switch.
Pudding sees a clip. Putting her on my list. On my list to create fanfares. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah. See, this is Will, shirt far and wide pudding. Don't do that. Don't do that, please. It's over. I didn't finish. It was with a soft king. It was with a soft king sound. A soft k. +1 for extra content. So, yeah. Will often does this.
Will is entirely correct, I think. However, there is value in doing what we're doing from a purely exploratory perspective, if nothing else.
Well, I also think there's value in both from an exploratory process. Well, here's the thing. I'm not familiar with it, so I'm going to have to go learn that. I'm pretty familiar with what we're doing and working with. I'm okay with that. Also, we have customized the heck out of this, and it would take a long time to get that support for the same level of customization, so we can reuse all the code that we've got. We've got, for us to be able to add a new function like tell DM or add reminder is painless. It's just like, boom, we add it. And that code's in C#, so that code we can definitely step through. So while I think that, yes, Will is always right, he is 100% right up to this point, I think it is, and I rarely say this, Will. I only say this to you. I think it's too challenging for me to do. I'm going to take it easy. So what I'm going to do is stay back in this spot. Is where I'm going to do my comfort level. So let's go. I just want to go point this out. Same list last, indexing 0, getting the first string in there, checking to see if it's finally. So what the equivalent of that is now dot keyword. Right? So 0 is keyword and 1 is body. Okay?
Yep. Certainly we are putting into those properties that which they were expecting to be in those indices.
Yeah. I'm going to come back here because we got a problem with script evaluate. We need to pass the offset. But I'm going to come back because I want to come in here and fix these. So here we're going to say we want a new try statement. There it is right there. Passing in catch and whatever the rest of this is that we are passing in. Okay. I think it's there. Is that working? So is that going to go away or no? Convert string to int.
You wanted an offset pointer rather than an actual.
Wait, hold on. Let me undo this and look at the code closely here before I change it. New list. 1. Wait, what's happening? What's my error now? I want to make sure I have no errors when I'm looking at the... Oh, the only error is that it can't convert it. Right, good. Okay. Now, selection increase. Hold on.
So that's your second param, the third of which is subscript, and you want to add one that's an integer. Is that right?
Yeah. I've got 3 parameters coming into this. 3 pieces, not 2. What is keyword count? What's my keyword count? I need some data here to see what this is.
Keyword attributes count. So if there is more than 0 of these, take the first one. Otherwise, there is null, i.e. we do not have any. The question is, what is a keyword attribute?
Right.
Context.
Right. 100% agree with you. So I think this is a second keyword. So we need to go change our try statements list. Hold on. Let's go in there. I'm just going to create something called the second keyword. Dang. Body needs to become the second keyword here. Hold on a second. Like that. Let's do this. This I want to change back to body though. And then I want to add one more here. Called body. All right. Now that means I just want to do tap to next reference on second keyword, making sure that there we go. Good. So we've got that last. This is the one we changed before that was index 1. Remember that, Rory? It was like that. So now we're changing that to second keyword is what we're doing.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Keeping all the pieces in the right place. I'm still not 100% convinced of the naming, but I think architecturally it's the same.
Yeah, I'm with
so
you.
we'll be able to look at it when the data's flowing through it, maybe get a better idea.
Yeah. Why do I not have declare property here? This seems odd to me. I am at a point where I am like about to record a CodeRushed issue because I'm expecting the ability right here to say declare property with initializer. Create initialized property body. Did Visual Studio add this, kids? Oh, you guys. They did, I think. So this looks like a new feature of Visual Studio. That's why ours is not there. I think that's what just happened. Okay, so Visual Studio added that, fine. All right, so there is that try statement. And now let's go back into where we were. Now we're going to say new try statement. Passing in catch, that piece, and then subscript. And then we also want to pass in I, like this. So there's subscript. Subscript is the third piece right there. So that's our body.
Yep.
Keyword attributes. That's what I should call it. How about that?
That's not a bad plan.
Call that the name keyword attributes. Okay, good. Better. Whoops. What just happened? I'm not sure what I hit. I hit a weird key. Keyword attributes. Like that. Okay. So now we've got one constructor out there. Let's get a second one. Uh-oh. You.
This is why these are all lists of string, isn't it? Because
you cannot do this.
You're going to have to create either multiple overloads or multiple derivative classes of a single interface or something.
Oh my God. Do you hear what do you see what he's done?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, there's only one step beyond this, which is, new object brackets, all my things, right?
Why? Why did you do this? The guy he's using, I'm assuming the gender is a he, gender pronouns he. He's using a list of strings, and sometimes the second parameter is the subscript, the second element in the string list, and sometimes it's the third.
It's like optional parameters that are potentially in the middle of a sequence.
I'm just like, my mind is blown and I'm crying at this point. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It gets worse.
So the only way really around this is to determine that, okay, there's a place where there's one piece of content, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, and have we reached 4 now as well? There's all versions of that. And in each case, I believe there will be a standardization. So where there is only one piece, it will clearly be the body. Where there are 2 pieces, it will be whatever that is in combination. And we will have to reorder those items in our own constructor such that the first thing is the body and everything else is optional.
Oh my gosh. This is insane.
This is the only way we can take all of the relevant data on board.
There's no way we know if that 0 is one of 3 things at this point. It's got to be external data that's determining that, right? It's got to be the state that determines which is the right one to use.
Oh, wow.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That is, I mean, it is just a list. It is picking the first thing in the list, but under some circumstances that will be the body. Under others, it will be the keyword attributes. Well, perhaps not that one, but
I have an idea. That can get us out of this without breaking code. But holy cow, am I like stunned by this? So this is a really interesting experience, right? In working with somebody else's code, that you want to preserve it. So if there are improvements to it, holy cow, though.
Step one is to, as you say, make the code readable. Then we evaluate efficiency and all the rest of it. Maybe make improvements at that point. But until we understand it fully, it's hard to do that.
All right.
And in our endeavor to understand it, well,
all right, watch this.
there are some tripwires.
I'm going to fix it, and you're going to be like, what? Okay, watch this. First data. First.
And you're going to set an internal first data to...
Yeah, I'm going to fix it with alternate constructors is what I'm going to do. That's just skipping one. E. This must be first as well. Wait, what is this? Yeah, that's the index on it. So this is now going to become first, like this. Let's go up and build that first and second and third. Let me so you see where I'm going with this. We're going to go like this. AS first. Next one's going to be second. Next one's going to be third, like this. And now we're going to come down in here, and we're going to say first. Oh, this is such a mess.
This is horrible, but it will cater to the circumstance, and we can observe, as you say, we'll get something running, it will be working, we'll be able to prove it with our tests, and then we can find a better way of doing it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. This should be keyword attributes. We need to rename this keyword attributes. WorldWake is with us. Okay, there's keyword attributes right there. Third, WorldWake, if you're just joining us, we're in like a crazy space. All right, so there's that one. Let me copy that to the clipboard, and let's come down and get a second one. This time it's going to be just keyword body. Okay, 2 of those in there.
Yep.
Third is going to be, I guess, empty or whatever. This one's going to be body.
Yep.
And then we need something that says...
keyword attributes at that point. That's string empty as well.
Say that one more time. Keyword attributes.
The last line of your second constructor. There we go.
Yeah. Body's body. Start off so it's still here.
Actually, I think it is. I can't see because of Fred's in the way. But is keyword attributes a string? I guess it must be, because I know that the ternary outside of that was setting it to null, but that results in the same thing, I believe.
Oh, you want me to make this null, is what you're saying?
Well, I don't know if there's actually a distinction between the two, but
well,
I believe that
it will never be
passed in the case of...
Yeah.
There is potentially a null passed into the first constructor in the second position.
It's not a problem, though, because if that happens, we'll have the right values for all of these, first, second, and third. And if they call this one instead, we won't have it, so it'll never be called or required. And then we have one more try statement. Holy cow.
Just a single version.
Yeah, just the body coming in. But this is going to fix it. So first is now equal to body. And then second is equal to s.e. It's insane. It's insane.
Worldwake says, I'm trying not to be judgmental about the person who wrote this code, but I get the feeling I wouldn't want to be their coworker. I think you have to try and spin this from a different direction, is that giving us a really awesome intellectual challenge by virtue of presenting us with their code.
That's why Roy's here. Okay, so now what's going on here? I need a dot first, I think. Is that right? Yeah, I need a dot first. So let's go see where we're going, grabbing these other pieces.
That's insane, though, isn't it? Because although we're grabbing the first thing, we have no knowledge of what the nature of that thing is. What are we going to do with it? I mean, it could be the keyword. It could be the body.
We don't have to worry what we're going to do with it, is the answer to the question.
Well,
All right.
true. Theoretically, we're just handing it off to the existing code, which apparently works already, so it's just fascinating to think what might be at the other end of that path.
Yeah, this is like blowing my mind, blowing my mind. In fact, I feel like it's sufficiently blowing my mind that I need to go out and find like an image of something, with maybe some transparency on it here. And there we go. Can I copy that? Is that going to copy with the transparencies? I'm not sure if it will or not. And just come in here just to give it justice. Yeah, I didn't really do the transparency. I got to save it out, but I'm not going to save it. So anyway, there's my, it's blown my mind. Mm-hmm. I guess we don't really need that in here, but there has to be some honorary mention. Yeah, already. Mark, do you think that commented out rich comments such as whatever should retain their coloring? Well, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Retain.
Rich comments are inherently commented out, aren't they? That's the nature of the comments.
What do you mean by retain their coloring? So these color settings are set inside of CodeRushed. And so they'll always be important ones. Will always be in the color you specify. Oh! I think I see. Then comment out that whole line of code. I think I see what you're saying. Are you saying here? Do that, and then also make it so. Do you want to make it so we can't see the comment like this? Or comment out the whole line of code. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. This. And the question is, shouldn't we see this here? Ah, yes, I agree. I do agree with that. Can we argue that, though? Because there's a performance issue here, that their optimization that I think our devs are worried about. Log that as a bug. If you want to send me the link via email, I'm at markm@devexpress.com.
It's interesting because once you comment out the whole line, it's no longer parsed by Roslyn, I don't think, as anything other than a comment. And thus you can't at least use Roslyn to detect comments within the comment and give them a different color.
Yeah, and
but
it
you
kind
could
of violates...
go looking for it yourself with a regex, maybe.
Yeah. Now, we could do this, though. We could do this right here, right? To get that same color
Scroll down
attention.
just a little bit, Mark. We're missing the start of that behind
I'm
Fred.
sorry. Like
There
this.
we go.
I just basically came in and did this. Yeah, kind of interesting. I kind of am with you on this. Not sure the best way to solve this.
Be a nice effect to get.
But yeah, it's blowing my mind. It's totally blowing my mind. It's just blowing my mind, absolutely. Also, I changed the code so I get this, and I'm working with it instead of the string, so that I can come down here and pass in the start offset right here. That's what I want to do. So that's my fix. Let's go continue to look through my try statement list. What's going on here? Catch statement. I think it's...
So in the event the first piece of data was a keyword, and more specifically the catch keyword, then we'll go in.
I feel like I took something off the end of this. Well, it's looking for the key. I can't...
It'll give you a...
So, Wait.
Right. So yeah, the catch statement is indeed an item from within the try statements list.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what am I missing here? What did I take away here? Is it? It's not there. It's here.
Are you sure you did?
Well, what I'm like the for each. Oh wait.
Seems
wait.
correct within itself.
No,
E
this
is the-
type. This type is maybe wrong. Is that right? The catch statement. I'm trying to see what does this evaluate to. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's introduce a local here so I can see what the type of this is, because I'm like just. It's a try statement is what it is. Okay, so let's go back. So this should be this. Try statement.
I think it's just a single try statement rather than a list, isn't it? Oh, I suppose maybe you haven't. So this is getting
Yes.
all of them rather than a list. So you're right. No, it is.
No,
and
you're
therefore
right.
For each singular item.
You were right. Okay. All right. So good. Now we come down here and we say dot first. Oh, it's making me squeamish, right? This is so
Yeah.
bad. And I think with debugging and more understanding, we can figure out what's going on and really, really, really make it better. But holy cow. Yeah, it's crazy how this is blowing my
I think
mind.
it works because there's this one category of situation where first is one of a number of keywords, and you can test first equals a keyword and be safe because the second thing is never going to be a keyword.
What was this one? Do we remember this one? Expression evaluator. On this one right here, the keyword. Let me go look at this and see if I can get my bring up a source tree here and see if we can get out there on line. What is it? Line 1210.
I think that was just 0, which would mean it's first now.
You think it was 0?
I think so, yeah.
I guess our pieces will. Okay.
It's almost like we have to obsolete our new phrases and just keep the first, second, and third.
Yeah. Keyword. Well, wait. I think we can also look at this. Yeah, it was our very first one. It was 0. Remember?
Yep.
Because this was the first one we built, and that's when we
True.
replaced it before we realized we had a problem. So we're going to say there's. We're going to call this last. I think, like this, last try statement. Like this.
Last try statement's first bit of data.
Yeah, and then
And
script
keyword
evaluate.
attributes needs to change to, well, did we say second, I guess?
Help me, where is that? There it is.
12, 13, halfway. Because we're going back to using the original author's naming style, or at least sequencing,
Yep.
just in order to make it work first.
Wow.
And then,
Okay, I got another problem up here. Catch statement. Okay, so we've got problems here. This is now going to be
that's
second.
2. That's 0. Well, no.
No, that's third. That's third. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And this is going to be start offset. Yeah, it's so funny. With this block of code, with this file, Rory, twice I've gone running into it. Just
Charge.
like, I got this. Right? Only to be smacked down both times.
Code
Happened
made
on
it bubble,
Thursday.
however, and has pinged you back across the room.
Yeah, send me a link if you want, Surly Dev, to that ticket, and I'll take a look at it. It's like I'm kind of 50% on it. If you want it as a feature, we can maybe talk about that. But yeah, okay, you just did excellent. Thanks, Surly. Okay, yeah, and so like both times I'm like, what? It's like what? Yeah, there's some music. You leaving, Rory?
Sorry, my friend. I'm actually quite enjoying this, despite the slight train wreck discovery kind of nature of it. It's quite entertaining.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta go. But I will be back tomorrow, same time, possibly for a little longer.
Okay, buddy.
All right.
We'll
have a good
see you
one,
tomorrow.
and
All right.
Catch you then.
Have a good day, buddy. Bye.
He's awesome.
Thanks, Rory. Glad you showed up and hung out with us. That was awesome. All right. Did the genre Rory work? Yeah, it's working. There it is right over there. That's that sweet bug we've got. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like... let's go save this somewhere. Where do I want to put this? I got pictures out here somewhere. I just want like a temp folder. Here's one. I can throw something out here. What? It's a JFF. What's that? A JPEG? I've never heard of that before. A JPEG with transparency. That's crazy. Or is it because I don't have it open here? Maybe that's what's going on. Let's open that up. I wonder if I can copy it here and retain the transparency. Let's see if that works. Nope. I got to download the file, open it up. Ooh, this one's pretty. I know you guys are like, Mark, I think it's time to
Back to the code.
get back to the code, right? Let's get back to the code. What? I don't even have the transparency here. All right, get back to the code. You're right. Although, see what happens if I do this. Oh no, it's not transparent though. It's just an image of transparency, not actually transparent. If there was Rory genre music, it would stop playing before the end of the song. Now we enjoy seeing this graphic-y stuff. I do. That's all that matters. All right. Well, if you enjoy it, let's see if we can get this coming down. Nope, it's this GIF thing. Bizarre. I don't even know what that is. That's not fun. It's not actually transparent. Is this one transparent? This is feeling good. I can't right-click it to download it. Not happy. How hard is it to just get a self-contained explosion? Did I try to download this? Oh yeah, I did. That was like it was not great. None of these are happy to me. This is kind of cool, but it doesn't look transparent. Maybe. What do I do to get it? I don't even know what's happening. Oh, it's doing this. That's Pinterest. So what do I got? There's a PNG. Let's open it up. Is it PNG? There we go. Let's do a couple things to it. Let's resize it so it's a lot smaller. Holy cow, it's 5,000 pixels long. Let's turn it into something that's only maybe 200 by 198, so it doesn't suck up a whole lot of memory on disk and stuff like that. Good. Let's make it a little more threatening. I don't know.
is in the house.
Hey, Hugo. Just taking down the saturation on this. Yeah, I'm working through some code that's like a little bit crazy. And let's maybe change brightness, go back up. And it was blowing my mind so much, I had to come in here and do this. Oh, seriously? Where's my... Why aren't you getting that in there? I totally are expecting... Do I have to save that out? I don't get that. Why not? Why aren't you getting that? All right, I'm going to force a black background. I'm determined to get this image in here. Yeah, I'm not writing code right now. I'm about to go back in. But I'm dealing with some code that is blowing my mind. I don't know what's happening with transparency. I don't know why that's not working. Anyway. This code is blowing my mind. Using basically an array or a list of strings containing 1, 2, or 3 elements, and element 0, the first one, has 3 different roles. And sometimes the array might have 3, might have 2, and might have 1. And it's like, what? It's like, what? So it makes it kind of hard to refactor it. This is in the expression evaluator that I've been using. We discovered this like moments ago. So I'm just coming in here looking at the code and refactoring it, trying to make it cleaner, but running into that problem. We just ran into it. So how's it going? It's going okay. I'm doing okay so far. But that code just blew my mind. And then we want to say, I? Is I available here? I think it is. Sweet. So we're trying to record all of our try statements, get those blocking positions, get their starting positions, because ultimately we are trying to create the ability to break through our expression, set breakpoints and step through our expression engine. That's what we're trying to do. VS Update 16.9 3.9 release made me think of you. There are 3 fixes I think apply to you. Edit and continue, and 1 crash when editing code while debugging ASP.NET. Yeah, probably that one may not apply. Cool. Don't I have like an update in here? Expecting to have my update up here. I don't know that I ever saw edit and continue crashing the IDE. Maybe we've seen it. But we do hit edit and continue hard. And we have seen it work in ways that are where a restart helps. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, so script evaluates. That's not the one I want to go to. I want to go to this one. Find our way through here. So we're now calling script evaluate and passing in the starting of where that script starts. We think we're doing this. We think we're doing this. Okay, what's this one? Where's the subscript coming from? I'm going to pass in I. Or maybe I'm going to pass in I plus start offset, I think. Let's go up. Instruction point. Okay, I want to rename it. There it is, instruction pointer offset, which I think actually I don't have. I'm not using it anywhere here in here yet. Yeah, let's go back. Go back. I think it goes like this. Instruction pointer offset plus I. That I think is I'm feeling good about. Yeah, I'm basically writing code along the line using this kind of I feel good about it. And I think we can do the same thing here. Plus I. Script evaluate. So we're just essentially advancing the instruction pointer. I don't know. We tried this. Instruction pointer offset plus I. We tried this on Thursday, and you know, I commented early on this. You saw it happen all last week. Though it's been known to happen that I may be wrong. I'm married after. Yeah. I have the same problem. Not because I'm married, but because I think I'm seeing something, and I conclude it, and then I see kind of noise, and I don't look a second time at the data, or I don't look closely at the data, and I find out later that I was essentially reaching a conclusion that was based on interpretation more than careful analysis of visual input. A little mind-blowing to see evidence of that. Okay, there we're starting the first one. I think that we seriously go through all of them. Okay. Okay. So now, let's see if we can run all the tests. So I'm bringing up the Coding Seb Expression Evaluator project. Bringing the CodeRushed test runner. Let's run all the tests. See if we get 1,029 passing. All right. Excellent. Everything still passes. That's great, great news. Wait. Nope, I was wrong. We have a problem. Okay. I think this is as simple as that. Looks like the same place, both of them. Let's go to the test runner again. Run them. Wait, you're on an EF again. EF is Entity Framework. What is that? I haven't done one for ages. Oh, no, wait. This is Extended Fast. So me and my girlfriend are aiming for Thursday. That's crazy, man. I'm like, well, not crazy, but that's like way better than me. Okay, wait, we got a problem. One test failed. Shoot. Hold on. Where's the test case? This is it right here. Where's the one that failed? Really, one failed. Holy cow. Do we have any data on which one of these failed? Doesn't tell us which one failed. All right, let's debug the test. It could be actually a much bigger problem here. Let's do a debug on it. Oh, holy cow. I didn't know we had this. This is Mark discovers a feature. This is nice. The problem is there's no scroll bar, and these things what? Hold on. Let's record this. All right, kids. So I'm on debug test. I'm trying to figure out which one failed. And this thing is incredibly long. So I'm just holding this down and watching it scroll. I'm recording, by the way, for folks watching, I'm recording a feature request. Yeah, so I'm just like waiting. There it is. So that's the one I want to run. All right. I'm sending a feature request out right there. Paranoia Systems asking, what are you coding? I've got an expression evaluator that I got online, and I am trying to extend it in ways it was not designed to be extended. Specifically, I want to be able to debug the script as we go through it. I'm going to add debug tools to it. However, I'll show you the expression evaluator right here. Expression evaluator, Seb. It's right here. I'll put this in the chat room. That's what I have. It works pretty well, except for the way it's coded. It looks like they ported an evaluator from low-level language. Is what it looked like to me. So I just went in and I said debug it, but I was expecting to get to a. Do I not have break on exceptions here? What do I have to do? It's the project, break on exceptions. I'm forgetting. It's debugging. Where's my break on just exceptions? Just like have this all the time. There it is. What is checked? Huh. Let's change it to all of them. Try one more time. See if we can get there. Get a little more data about what's failing. Well, we did see it. It was like a try-catch. But now I got to scroll down again. Oh, no, I don't. Sweet. Okay, that's not bad at least. All right. So I have two catches. I feel like we broke some code. I think we broke some code. So that's what we're working on now. Normally, we're doing much more exciting stuff. Here, hold on. Okay, that one's okay, I think. All right. Yeah, so we broke it. How do we break it? So we have multiple catches. There needs to be... I don't understand how we broke it. And we can't really see the changes because I did not... all right, let's... do we really have to undo that work? I feel like we have to. What I don't understand is how we broke it. Without getting a compile error. All right, let's undo until we get to... Let's do this. Let's get... I want to take all of this to here. We're going to have to carefully undo to back ourselves out of this. And then we're going to go forward again with this, and we'll try to find the spot where we broke it. I just want to copy all of this, just in case we go too far. Yeah. This is right around when we discovered the problem, which is this crazy use of the... Okay, getting almost rid of the try statement. This is when we started getting into trouble. There and there. And I think that's it. Then I want to go back up and paste the pieces that I just had copied. And I think I also, though, created a problem for myself that I'm going to have to fix here. What I'm looking for, a script, evaluate. This one. Let's make this optional for right now. And I think that might fix my problem. Let's see if I can compile. Let's come over here, do a build. Nope. That's all right. We're going to fix it. We'll get there. Let's do another build. Is there a second one? Good. Let's run the test cases. Wow. What is the, does this mean you had a goal? Is that what this UI is showing here? That your goal is in the back here? Is that what's going on? And then whether you met or exceeded the goal? Is that what's going on with that, Surly? All right. Let's go. Where am I? How am I doing? Okay, excellent. 1,029 out of 1,029 passed. Now we're going to go forward and we're going to make the same changes carefully. I'm going to get rid of this. Now we're going to come back up into here in a try statement. Somewhere in here, we need a try statement that takes 4 parameters. I think. In fact, we're going to get rid of keyword, keyword attributes, and body. That's what I'm going to do now that I see and understand how this is working. And I think we're going to need a 4th parameter here based on what I'm seeing. Or maybe... or maybe another way to do this. I could take a parameter list. Now let's go back to where we were. All right, so we can figure this out. Wow, 18 hours went 168. I am not there yet, my friend. Yeah, we're trying to make the try statement, this code better by having this awesome try statement in it. But that did not work so well, so we have to kind of revert a bit. But we still need to store its starting location, which the current code is not doing, so that we can support breakpoints and instruction pointers, right? We need to be able to know where the execution point is as we're going through the code. All right, where are the try statements? Here we go, right here. So here's the change. Boom. And boom. Try statement list. Here we go. So this is the first. In fact, what I want to do, I think, is rename this to 0 and just use the index pieces on here. Do this, rename this one to 1. And rename this to 2. And let's just do this. Let's copy that line. Let's get rid of all of these. Let's do that so everything is the way we want it. And then we're going to pass in I here. Like that. Sorry for the delay responding. I opened OneDrive and now my processor's at 100%. And the stream stopped playing on my computer, so now I'm watching on my phone. Oh, okay, no worries. I'm not sure if this is going to be right anymore. Okay, let's look at these, where they're built. So this is not going to be dot zero. It's going to be dot one. Dot two. Okay, that's ported. Dot zero. Dot one. Wait, let's double check that. Yep, dot one. I'm going to run the test cases in a second. So we're passing in catch. There's the second one. There's the third one. Wait, what's my problem here? Oh, it needs the int I at the end. And that's going to be just I. Okay. Okay. Here it's not assigned yet, is that right? Okay. We're going to make I equal to 0 here. It's declared to here. I'm going to move it up. Right there. And the other thing I want to do is I want to actually add the instruction pointer offset to that. So I'm going to go look for calls to script evaluate from here. Let's hope this one right here is already got that offset correct. I don't remember if I did that right or not. We'll have to double check that. Here. Okay, let's get all of these. I'm going to say we'll throw an I here. We might have to come back and check to make sure that's correct. Sorry, I meant script evaluate plus I. Hugo's flying. Almost done, I think. Yeah. Okay, that's the full loop. Let's see if it builds. Build canceled. What do we got? Oh, I gotta fix this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just playing. All right, let's see what we got to build now. Looks like we've done. Looks like we got a build that's complete. I'm not. Let's see what happens when we run. So I feel like we just did the same steps we did before when we got to the fail, but we were a little more careful this time. So maybe there was a mistake we made. 100% of the test cases are passing. Excellent. Okay, good. Next. Now we got to figure out. So that's not bad. We've now taken our expression evaluator that was working with just lists of strings, and we've set it up so that it's working on things called try statement and flow statement, and those are tracking the start offsets so that we can maybe better determine when the execution pointer is moving. So now, with that said, let's see. Let's look at our if statements here. Let's see when we execute these. Here. So we're coming into script evaluate. So my take is this. Look, if we're calling script evaluate, we should be setting we are at triggering a new breakpoint kind of situation. We should trigger the event as soon as we enter, is what I think. So let's go look at that event inside here. Where is that event? Here it is, execution point changed. Where's the trigger? Here we go. Here. All right. Do I have, I want to call this, but do I have the original script? Ooh. Am I setting this anywhere? Reset execution pointer. Ah, there's where it's set. Okay, good. So original script is set. What's this script coming in as? Looks like I get both an original script and the script we're looking at. Oh, okay, cool. So cool. I don't need to pass that in. All right, so now I need its offset and length. Instruction point offset is here. And then I think I'm going to say it is script.length. So we're going to call advanced execution pointer there. And then we can see there's that incorrect one we're getting. So let's start the D&D app up. We're getting a false positive, and we need to remove the false positive. Hopefully without losing any of our correct positives, our true positives, for our potential breakpoints. Surly Dev's on his way to 20,000. All right, so we're going to go switch to, let's initialize player data. Switch to Fred.
Shaker. Fred.
Yeah, maybe it'll hit 2K at the weekend. You never know. All right, there's Fred. We're going to hit Wild Surge Rage. Let's see if we can get to the breakpoint. Hide the scroll. Go to debug. Click on test breakpoint. Did I have my breakpoint set? Oh, I did. Good. All right. Uh-oh. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, I didn't have my breakpoint is the answer. Well, we got a problem here. So the script is here. The parameter name is length. Execution pointer is 47. What's our call stack? Execute if list. So we're inside the if statement. Okay. So let's go back to the place where we were. What do we get when we do this? That's off. What if I use it from the original script though? ea.originalScript.substring ea.executionPointer. That looks cleaner. Set rage deactivation message. Yeah. I think it's really -1. That gives me the RN there. Let's change this code to this and see what happens. Didn't like that. I think that didn't continue, didn't like it. I feel like I'm going to initialize the player data again. Fred's teleporting. Oh, we got to disable all our breakpoints, I think. And run. Okay, because we've got all kinds of expressions that are being evaluated all the time. Okay, so let's do it again. Wild Surge Rage. And then go in and enable all the breakpoints. Or enable that one at least. 3. Okay, so this section. Nice. Now, notice we're at the very beginning. So from the standpoint of understanding our instruction pointer, it's telling us we're right here, at the beginning of this statement. Okay? Good. Let's hit run. What's our next point? Uh-oh. Wait, why did this change? I thought I changed this. Did I not? What is... Oh, I did this down here. I meant up here. That's what I meant to do. Let's see what happens here. I think sometimes this is going to be correct and other times it will not. Depending on what our call stack is. Yeah, this is supposed to be a -1. Come back up here. Okay. Yeah. So this section is there. Sweet. Yeah, I'm thinking, so in this case, instruction pointer is correct. Let's hit again run and see what happens next. So there's the beginning of the if block. Let me close down the, let me do this to the Dragon Blood back overlay. I'm going to turn it off so you can see the code here. There's the beginning of the if block. Now we're at the beginning of the word true. I'm suspecting this is wrong. Well, it is evaluating the true element. We might be still okay. Let's hit run again. So let me do this. I want to take... I want to take this. I want to put this in like... actually, let's do this. Let's take a screenshot of this. Let's paste it. I want to put a marker just at every point we come in at, and just to see what our data is looking like as we come in. So we came in here. we came in, I think here? Wait, is that true or no? Where are we now? This section. It's not telling me what this section is. There it is. Now it's showing me. Just deactivation message. So it's now telling me here. That's the second point that we're in. And I have a feeling we were here before. I think we were there. All right, let's run it. Now we're into the end of the paren. Oh no, we're in the string. I think we're here. Right there. Oh, now we're in a bad place for sure. See what our call stack is. Yeah. But this is now relative to this script though, not the original one. Yeah, so here, this one's correct right here. And this one's wrong. Or is it? Did we not refresh it? There you go. Yeah, this one's wrong. Yeah, the problem is that when we come into call when we call move through script here, this is relative. Visual Studio's rating with a party of 47. Visual Studio's in the house. Visual Studio, how was your stream, kids? What were you guys doing? Wonderful. John Galloway. Good to see you, buddy. So serious now. Amazing. Nice. ASP.NET Community Stand-Up. Hey, welcome, kids. Glad to have you with us. We are in the middle of some pretty crazy, intense coding right now. I've got a expression engine that I NuGetted into my package, and I really was liking the results of it. The expression engine is executing some code from a spreadsheet. The code in the spreadsheet is for the rules of Dungeons and Dragons. And I've got things like spells and features and weapons and special effects. And all of these things have potentially code connected with them. So we're taking the rules of Dungeons and Dragons, throwing them inside the spreadsheet. We've got the expression engine running at it. But I had kind of an itch that I wanted to scratch, and I wanted to be able to set breakpoints in the code for the expression engine. The expression engine was working well, but there were times where I was like, wait, I want to set a breakpoint here and then step through it. I want to step through the scripting. So that means I needed to create my own debugging tools. So it means we got to create the UI. We got to create an instruction pointer. We've got to have events when the instruction pointer moves. And that's what we're doing right now. So I went into the expression editor. Let me bring it up here. We'll go to, what is it, expression? I've done a search for this here a couple times. There it is right there. This is what we're using. And it worked really nice. So Serious Now says, nice beard, dude. Thanks so much, fellow dude, if I may say that. So we brought this down, and we started using this. I know with Microsoft Graphics, it's easier to get breakpoint to Excel, but don't know about Google Spreadsheet. Oh, interesting. I was just going to put it right inside our app. So what I've got, I'm not sure if I showed you this yet, Genescu 7. Oh, it looks like I'm actually debugging. I'll show you the app in a second. Hold on. Advanced execution pointer. My problem here is here. Let me break and kill everything. This needs to take my instruction pointer offset. Pretty sure. Is that going to work? Is that right? You know what? What's the length? There. That one's okay. Wait. The instruction pointer offset. Okay, hold on. Let's go see where else. We're only calling it move through script. So move through script needs that instruction pointer offset, which means I think it's got to go like this. Right here. This is the change we need. That's what I think. Let's run it. See what we get. Why do I need an instruction pointer? Because I need to know where the script engine is as it is stepping through the code. As we're evaluating the script, I need to know where it is. And the original expression evaluator did not track that. So I essentially cloned and forked the expression evaluator. And as I started going through it, I realized, oh, wow, this is like looking more and more like a port of some low-level code. And I added a couple classes to it to make it a little easier. One of the classes I added is something called an if statement, which tracks the condition, the body, and as well as the start offset, which is getting from this parent. I tried to do the same with flow try statement, but then I realized, oh man, this used to be a list of strings. And it would sometimes have one element in the string, sometimes two, sometimes three, depending on whether it was a try finally, try catch with multiple catches. I was like, what is going on? It was crazy how it was just using indexes. And so the first element of the string list would sometimes be the word catch and sometimes be the body of a finally. It was insane what they were doing. So I've maintained some of the insanity while still wrapping organization around it so that we can get this IP is what we're doing. We're just now kind of testing it out. So I just made a couple changes to it. Over here we can start up the test runner, verify that everything's good. Got about 1,029 test cases for it, which makes me happy. None of the changes we just made should have broken these. I'm expecting all of these to pass. Whoa! That's what I said. How did that happen? Start index. What did I do? I'm glad I ran the test cases. What else is failing? What's it? It's happening on the catch? All right, let's go back. I don't even understand how the changes I just made could have resulted in those. Let's undo these a second. Wait. I'm like super confused. Oh, hold on. I'm in the wrong file. Hold on a second. Let's go over here. I've got the same file open here, and I've got a different undo stack here. Yeah, the move through script, I'm trying to undo it. What's going on? Looks like undo's not working. How does move through script even? Oh, it's here. It's here, it's here, it's here. I totally get it. I totally get when I broke it. Okay, hold on. We're just going to add the instruction pointer offset. It's okay. We'll get it. There was some code that we modified. Move through script. Trying to figure out the workarounds I had to use. Wait. Smartly #1 fan. Microsoft wouldn't answer about ASP.NET on non-Windows platforms. Or I didn't hear the answer. Will Bennett, bot is on vacation. We'll get the bot back. No, VI. Come on. There we go. And then we're going to come down in here and we're going to say this plus that, and then this is the same. Okay, so move through script, instruction pointer offset, instruction pointer offset. And that should fix these. Let's figure out why the bot's down. Oh, you know what? The signal I sometimes lose that if I'm at a breakpoint for a really long time. So that might be what's caused it in this case. Let's refresh. See what happens. See if we can get some music here. If the music doesn't come in, then we're going to restart. Oops, that was a little too soon because the scroll bars have not gone away. Okay, all the test cases passed. That's excellent news. Now let's go back to our D&D app and let's run it. And actually, I think we're going to need to, let's see, does music work now? Got to do a bang in front of it. Nope. Okay, so let's go and close down and restart. That's what we're going to do. We'll restart the bot. Killing Chrome. start up the overlays. This is the bot project. Willie Worston, any info to read about that script engine you're working on? Yeah, just the one link. I think I put it out there, but I can go get it again and stick it out in the chat room. Actually, maybe I...
Yo, Mark!
There we go. There's now stuff's working. Mark's trying to bring Coding Gorilla's question to your attention. Seems vaguely familiar. Wait, didn't I? I thought that... I didn't see Coding Gorillas. What did I miss? Would have been easier to just integrate Roslyn and let it compile some C# from the spreadsheets. Yeah, I don't think so. Because it's not actually C# that we're bringing in here is the problem. But also, I think the answer is it would have been easier had I already had experience doing that and gone for it. But I did not do that. I instead went for the scripting engine is what I did. So... yeah, unfortunately, I feel like I'm, not doing the most awesome thing that I could be doing. I'm sorry, guys. Shame on me. Bad me. However, yeah, it's not entirely C#. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'll show you some of the things that are not entirely C#. So one of the things that's going on is, like, for example, with spells, there is an inherent sense of the active player who's kind of out there. And what I did is and so a spell will be connected to the active player. So when I come in here and I say, hey, I've got this code right here, this code is referring to properties in the active player. So it's not entirely C#, but the expression engine was sufficiently extensible to allow that to be very easy to do. So it's as if these functions and methods are belonging to the player. I can also reference things off of the spell as well using essentially a prefix of spell, and then I can grab the spell slot level. So we've got a fair amount of code we've already written that works like this. So to change the engine, we would have to compile it. The other we would have to change all of this code. And the other problem that just occurred to me is I still don't understand how I think I solved the same problems in that, but it would probably be maybe easier to solve, is that I need to know where I am as I'm stepping through, right? Because I want to be able, the UI for this is going to be in my app. My debugging tool is going to be in my app. So I need to be able to show my script code, set my breakpoints, and reach the breakpoint and evaluate what's happening. So it seems to me that if I go backwards to do the Roslyn engine to implement this, when I say go backwards, what I mean is, disregard all this stuff, take all of the existing script code, change it to make it work. I'm looking at probably days just to get to a point where I'm even to where I am now. And then at that point, maybe the benefits will be there, but I feel like I'm not far from finishing this. When I say not far, I feel like I'm maybe 2 or 3 days away from having something that looks like this and working. That's kind of what I think. I haven't quite hit the blocks yet, is what I feel like. So with that said, I got the run. I want to I'm just exploring right now, and if we hit a dead end, maybe that's what we'll end up doing. So just curious as to reasoning on the decision. Well, the reasoning on the decision was I never ever thought of this as anything but a script evaluation problem. And when I started this, I was going to create my own script evaluator. And then I said, well, let's see what's out there. And I saw this one and I kind of liked it. I didn't look at the code until later. When I looked at the code, I was like, whoa, a lot of irregular expressions in it. But functionally, it seems to work pretty well. It's just a little slow. So, but from a standpoint of when do I need that, it's really only slow on startup, and for the purposes of the app, which is to run live, it's really not. The performance is not critical right now. It's not showing up as noticeable. So maybe that's not entirely true. It's noticeable, but noticeable by me, not noticeable by the audience, people watching the stream, the live stream, which is what this is all going to be used for. So, all right, let's set a breakpoint. Let's see where we are. I think I'm going to end the show, wrap it up soon. Kids, follow if you want to see cool stuff. I didn't show all the cool stuff that we do. Let me do one other thing. Yeah, that's probably Will out there doing some cool stuff here with the rainbow. Is it? Yeah. Surly Dove says bad mark. Yeah, we have, let's see, let's refresh. I want to give you guys, let you guys get a sense of what we're building here for all the folks who are new out here. Let's reload the Dragon back overlay, reload the Dragon front overlay, and reload the 3D dice. And what we're building is live special effects, three-dimensional dice rolls, and other graphics, online graphics for a Dungeons and Dragons game that's going to be live streamed. It's a comedy Dungeons and Dragons game. At least that's our intention. And it's out over here at twitch.tv /Dragon Humpers. And you go over there and follow. We've not gone live yet, but if you follow over there, you'll be able to see these effects live. How was the sound on that? Was that loud, by the way, on that piece that just came out? Let me know. Let me initialize the player data on here.
Willie.
So I'll show you a little bit about what we can do here. So Willie, for example, has got a firebolt spell. And so he can cast that firebolt spell, and the casting of it looks something like this. Right there. It looks like a miss, almost a 20 there, right there. And Merkin,
Bushwhacker.
My character, has a Chaos Bolt spell. It looks like we've got a little bit of perf issues here. I wonder if it's, I wonder, you know what I think it is? I think this might be the, I did a test on this before. I think this might be our emitter. I've not gone through and optimized that yet. Our particle emitter. Let's go take a look at this, see what happens here with, if we launch Chaos Bolt. Yeah, got some slowdown in here. Let me try this. I'm going to try refreshing this because I just noticed while I was doing this, Will had sent up like a number of particle system pieces that had gone up, and I have a feeling those are not being cleaned up as well. Let me just refresh, reinitialize. Oops, I got to wait till those scroll bars go away. What's going on? Who's my... what do we got here? Refresh. Oh, there we go. One more time. I'll go to my room, says Will Bennett. I don't know. Let's see what happens now. Let's reinitialize the data. See what happens this time. But we are sucking up a lot of CPU. Even Edge is taken up. I can get 7% off by just closing Edge. Fine. I think I know which one it is. I just There we go. Look at that. Dropped it down a little bit. Okay. Let's see if we can go back in here and try this one more time. Not seeing the data. Let's reinitialize. I think I did it too late. Do I get it now? There we go. And now Chaos Bolt. There we go. So there. Take a look at the spell effects right there. So there's the Chaos Bolt spell effect. Run the attack on that. There's the dice coming out. And the D8's determined based on the table you can see right up there what the effect is. You see the dice effects over the dice for what kind of damage or whatever they are. One of my... It's a rolling wild magic check right there. If it's a 1, things go crazy. One of my favorites, by the way, let's roll out 3d12 damage necrotic. So this is what necrotic damage looks like. Kind of fun effect. And just all these different kinds of effects, like piercing, for example. I want to do piercing damage. Looks like that. So cool stuff. So we've got 3D effects going on there. Hugo's doing test smoke right there to just push the particle emitter system, although that's not throwing up a lot of particles, not as much as the others. So that's kind of a little bit about what we've got going on with regards to the pieces that are here. Let me show you one more. Ava, let's bring up her, let's cast Thunderous Smite. And we're going to bring up her Greatsword. And there you can see, so Ava, her video would be right there for that player. And there's her Greatsword. And then we roll the attack. She's a paladin. That die roll is connected with her god. And so that's kind of a little bit about what the effects look like right there. Let me hide the scroll. That's what we're building. This is Fred, by the way, over here. And so what I want to do now is I want to actually switch to Fred. I want to set my breakpoints. I want to go back to here. Got my breakpoint there. I want to turn on debugging here from this side. So this is my test UI now. And I want to, out of range. Execution pointer 0. Oh, yeah. For the first time, it would be. I totally agree with that. Yeah. So it's got to be this. All right. Breakpoint there. Run it. So somehow somebody is calling in Thunder Smite. Oh, the Thunder Smite spell just canceled itself. So that's coming in here. I've got this on right now. Let's go run Wild Surge Rage. Run. I'm going to jump past this till the die comes out. Six. And then now we're in here. And I'm going to just close down the Dragon Black overlay so we can see the code here. We'll start it back up again. And so now let's see what we've got here. So we have this section is add damage resistance. Okay, that's good. Not quite the one I wanted to be at, though. I'm looking for, what's the original script? Yeah, that's not where I want to be. F5. Set spellcasting. We're actually getting some pieces I don't want to be in. Activate feature Wild Surge Rage. Okay, here we go. We're coming in. Here we are. All right. So first breakpoint, so if this is working, what's in here in this section is going to be essentially represent the first breakpoint we're at. So this is, I think, where we are. So let's see what happens when we run it a second time. So now we are at set rage deactivation message. which in the original script is where? So we just jumped inside. So we were on this line of code first, and then we jumped inside, is where we are. So we're now in here. Okay, let's see what the next one is. Set the rage deactivation message. Is that where we were last time? I think we were. Same place is what it looks like. Seems like we're getting in here twice. Just entered wild surge rage. So now we have gotten to the second place. We're on this line right here. In fact, I was keeping track of these in an image editor. So we're like here and then here. And I might have come in here twice. Did I get here twice? And let's run again. Now we have result is equal to get roll. So now we're here. Okay. Run it again. And now we're at a broken point. Now we're broken because this is in the middle of a piece on this section. Although I think that in this point that when we're broken here, what's our call stack? Here's my problem. Advanced execution pointer. Oh no, wait. That's coming in with instruction pointer plus offset. Is it being called anywhere else? Huh. So that's not my problem. Let's keep looking at the call stack. Wait. I think I have a sense of where the problem is. It's just a sense. I think somewhere I am not bringing in, I'm bringing in the end of a piece when I need to bring in the beginning of it. Move through script, start of expression. I'm not so sure this is the best way to do this. Yeah, so let's go back to where we were. Does music work, by the way, kids? Do we have to reload the drag and front overlay? Or maybe, wait, it's because I'm in a breakpoint, isn't it? Is that what it is? Is my run going to get us out of that? Okay. I'm going to give this some thought. Is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to get us out of here. I'm going to get some lunch and take care of some other business, and I will we'll come back and attack this, I think, tomorrow. Get a sense of where we are. But I think we're not far from being able to set breakpoints in our app. So that's what I'm trying to build. Is I'm trying to build a debugger in our application that debugs this and lets me step through. That's what I'm trying to do. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. Follow us if you want to see more of that, more of this stuff. Normally we're moving much faster as we're writing code, going through it, but because we're dealing with this other code, we are trying to figure that out and wrap our heads around this other code, the expression evaluator in here. But hopefully we'll get a little bit better, make some more progress tomorrow on this. Let's see, who are we following out here who's streaming right now? Yeah, I don't know. My favorite is Michael Jolly. I'm going to send you over to Michael Jolly. I really like his stuff. So we'll do that.
Wet grass. So it knows you voted for that.
There he is, right there.
The hub emitted that message.
Oh, he looks like he's deep in thought. Look at this guy.
You know what? I don't even see the stream.
He doesn't even see the stream.
The
all right, kids.
That's
Tell him we said hi, all right? Let him know we said hi. I'll raid you over there now. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Let me cancel it. Let me close it all down. Yeah, the bot's apparently ticked off at us. DC up build.